Hey guys, welcome to and welcome back to my channel. My name is India, and in today's video I want to talk about my history with weight loss. This is not my first rodeo with weight loss, so we will be going back 25 years.
Started from the mud, now you see us going up. Numbers never lie, now you see us blowing up. People used to front, now you see them showing up. So what's up? I've been down and out, but look, keep it a buck, I don't always been one up on all of these. They be trying to front for all of these. I ain't got time cause they all in they feelings. Ice of the gang and we making a killing. It's 2020 and they notice the vision. You be the hero, I'm playing the villain. The underdogs and we walking the villain, we getting money.
I cannot believe that I have not really talked about my weight loss history on this channel in detail. To be honest, no one knows about my history with weight loss, not my mom, not family, not friends. And so I thought this would be a really good opportunity just to share some of the things, some of the ups and downs I've been going through when it comes to weight loss. I've been on this diet train, like I said, for 25 years. I will be including pictures. So you guys make sure you stick around. On your way in, be sure to thumbs up this video, subscribe to my channel for more, and let's get into it. Here's a quick disclaimer and trigger warning. I am not a medical professional, so if you are seeking some kind of professional help or advice, be sure to speak with your doctor or anyone who's in the field. Also, trigger warning, I will be talking about numbers. I will be talking about diets. So if that's something that triggers you, be sure to make your way out of this video. So, the start. 25 years ago. The year is 1997. I am 12 years old in the 7th grade. I thought I was fat. I will include some numbers, but I do want to remind you that I was born in the 80s, but I grew up in the 90s. So back in the 90s, it wasn't socially acceptable to be big, plus size, thick. None of that was socially acceptable, okay? The world, society wanted you to be skinny. In order to be considered beautiful, you had to be supermodel thin. So back when I was 12 years old, I was around 132 pounds, which now that I'm an adult and I'm looking at that, that wasn't big at all. I was 132 pounds. I would say the average female 12-year-old should be anywhere around like 80 to 90 pounds, in that range. So really not big. So I was considered big when I was 12. And all I could remember is just wanting to be smaller. I wasn't insecure or anything like that. I didn't hate the way I looked. I just wanted to have a flat stomach. My big sister, my oldest sister, now I have 3 older sisters. My oldest sister, I've always looked up to her. I've always seen her as having like an ideal look. She had a flat stomach, she had long hair, and so I just wanted to be a lot like my big sister, which I think is a lot of what inspired me to want to have this look or this flat stomach was my big sister. Now, she is 5.5 years older than me. So when I was 12, she was 17 going on 18. So here I am, a 12-year-old who's bigger, who's bigger than her sister who's almost an adult. And so in my mind, that bothered me a little bit. I'm thinking, why is my sister, who's 5.5 years older than me, why is she much thinner than I am? That bothered me a little bit. And so that encouraged me to want to take measures to lose weight. And so this is where this diet train all began. So, funny story, my mom was a plus size woman. So back in 1997, she had started doing like this diet regimen where she was doing meal replacement shakes. She would buy these things like cases at a time. I'm talking like 6 cases at a time, 6 12-packs at a time, because she was starting to get like really serious about wanting to lose weight and wanting to be better, wanting to get healthy. So I would go in and I would pretty much sneak and get into her stash and start just drinking these meal replacement shakes. Now, I'm not saying the brand on purpose. If you grew up in the 90s, you probably already know what I'm talking about. So in my mind, me being 12 years old, I was thinking there's some kind of magic formula in these shakes that when you drink it, it causes some kind of fat burn component to like erupt and you just start burning fat. I didn't know about calories. I didn't know about nutrition. And why would I? Because I was 12 years old. So in my mind, just drinking these shakes is supposed to mix up some kind of formula inside of me to burn fat. That is how I was thinking. So I would just drink these things, not being knowledgeable. I was still eating whatever I was eating before. I didn't start eating salad and baked chicken. I was still eating my McDonald's and my processed foods and snacks while drinking these shakes in hopes of being skinny. So again, this is where this whole fad diet train, this is where it started. So 2 years later, the year is 1999. I am 14 years old in the ninth grade, my freshman year in high school. Within those 2 years, I had ended up gaining about 20 pounds. So now that I'm 14, I'm 150 pounds. Now, for an average 14-year-old, and my height, I'm 5'6". I don't know my height back then. I don't remember that. But right now I'm 5'6". So I was 150 pounds. Just to give you some kind of perspective, a lot of my peers, classmates, they were around 100 pounds. So I was pretty much 50 pounds heavier than the people I was surrounded by, than my peers. And so I don't know why I remember this story so much, but it kind of stuck with me my ninth grade year. When I was in biology, one of the guys, it was just a guy talking, and a girl was talking to him, and she ended up asking him, like, how much do you weigh? This guy said, I'm 150 pounds. And the way this girl reacted to him, she said, oh my God, you're a big boy. And in my mind, I remember that because I was 150 pounds as well. And I'm a female. Men and women, they carry their weight differently. Men are expected to have more weight or, whatever. But for whatever reason, that stuck with me and that just made me feel so awful. So again, same thing from 2 years ago. I wanted to be skinny. I wanted that flat stomach. I wanted the ideal look. The difference between growing up in the 90s and growing up now is that now you have a lot of plus size icons. You have a lot of plus size influencers, plus size models, just being unique, being yourself, being thick, plus size, obese is kind of like the norm. You have your Lizzos, you have, I can't think of her name, but I will insert a picture of her because I'm pretty sure if I Google plus size supermodel, she'll probably be the first one to pop up. She is absolutely insanely gorgeous, so I am going to include her picture. But you have people like this to look up to whereas in the 90s, we had Naomi Campbell, we had the Cindy Crawfords, we had people who were thick, skinny, very thin, very tall and thin, and that was just the standard. Around this time, around my high school years, this is where I started to dabble into the high protein, low carb fad. Now, this is not the keto, the high fat, low carb. This was like a high protein diet. And so this is where I started to dabble in that. But again, I was not very knowledgeable about diets, calories, nutrition, or any of that thing. So in my mind, I thought low carb, high protein meant get rid of bread. So I would go get a burger, take the bread off, and boom, I'm on a diet. Of course, none of this was effective. I just wanted to be skinny, and I was willing to do and try anything. So my senior year in high school, the year is 2002, 2003. Of that school year, my weight had shot up to 180 pounds. Now, according to, various BMI charts, this is where I was teetering on the line of being obese. So me at 17 years old, being 180 pounds, now I'm considered obese and I'm at risk of everything. And so I remember my senior year in high school being 180. Now that's closer to 200. And of course, I still think I'm fat and blase. I'm still wanting to be like my sister. I'm still wanting her physique, her small stomach, because she's still small and I'm still big. And so I remember being at a lunch table with one of my friends, and she had got her hands on some kind of diet pills. And of course, I'm gonna leave the brand out, but it was a really popular diet pill back in our day. And so, me and this girl, we used to sneak and take these diet pills so we could be skinny. And like this train just kept going on and going on and going on. I was doing any and everything I could, and I'm probably missing a lot of details, but I was just doing stupid stuff just so I can have this look and be skinny. Now, at this time, I wasn't concerned about my health because I'm a teenager. You know, we don't think about health like that. We just want that look. I wasn't concerned about health or any kind of disease associated with being obese or anything. I just wanted to be small and have a flat stomach. So here I am trying some foreign pills. I don't know where my friend got these from. I don't know what it is, but they say it's a diet pill and it's supposed to work wonders. In the 90s, like a lot of advertising would pretty much make weight loss look like magical. Like, take this pill, lose weight, get your flat stomach, or drink this shake and lose weight, and voila, you're gonna be skinny. So that's how things were advertised to us back in the day, and honestly it's still somewhat advertised to us that way as well. But that is when I was 17. I was still unhappy, still wanted to lose weight. All right, my freshman year in college. The school year is the 2003-2004 school year. I'm an 18-year-old going off to college. Now, at this point, I'm starting to accept myself, right? I'm starting to get a lot of attention from men who thinks I'm attractive, whether I'm 180 pounds or not. And so I'm starting to come into this acceptance to where, you know what, this is just me. I'm not going to lose weight. I'm okay with it, right? So I stopped trying to do all those diet trends. I started accepting myself. And then what do you know? What we call the freshman 15. So when you go off to college and you start your freshman year, they say since you're not under your parents, or since you're on your own somewhat, or you're eating a lot more processed food, that you're going to gain 15 pounds. Well, I didn't quite gain 15 pounds, but my weight when I was 18 years old had shot up to about 190 pounds. I didn't care too much about it. In my mind, as long as I'm under 200, then I'm good. You know, once I reach that 200-pound mark, then that's where, you know, things are out of hand. So I was 190 pounds. At this point, I'm accepting it. I'm good. I don't care. Throughout college, I was pretty active. You know, you walk to class. I was president of a step team when I was in college. So I was active, still not eating good, never ate good, never considered to be on a real diet or lifestyle change. So I maintained that weight throughout pretty well. When I graduated college in the year 2007 is when I graduated college. I was 21 years old. My weight was around 195 pounds. So it wasn't quite 200, but it was still, you know, it was still pretty close to the 200 mark. So this is where, in my opinion, the weight loss story gets really interesting, right? So the year is 2010. This is 3 years after I've graduated college. I'm on my own. I got a career, doing my job. My weight, had then went past 200 pounds. And so I was over that 200-pound mark. I wasn't happy about it. So now I'm back in the mindset of wanting the diet, wanting the weight loss, and everything of that nature. I wasn't happy with that number being 200 pounds. At this time, I really didn't do anything to change it, but I knew eventually that I was going to have to lose some weight because I just didn't want to be over 200 pounds. The year is 2011. I'm 26 years old, and this is the year I find out I was pregnant. Guys, this is where my weight pretty much shot up, never came back down, and was like easing all the way up. So it's 2011, and the day I found out I was pregnant, I said, I am going to weigh myself to see exactly how much I weigh so I can monitor how much I gained during my pregnancy and get back to my start weight, right? So the day I found out I was pregnant, I weighed myself. I weighed in at 209, 209 pounds. I said, okay, that's reasonable. So fast forward to me being pregnant, me throughout the pregnancy, I ended up gaining 50 pounds exactly. So at my highest, when I went in to get my baby delivered, I was 259 pounds, close to 260 pounds. I had my baby in August 2012. I was 27 years old at the time. And of course, I had got up to 259 pounds. So after having a baby, 2013, I told myself I would give myself a year for the weight to naturally come off. So just after having a baby, going back to my normal lifestyle. So I didn't do anything extreme. I went back to my normal lifestyle, what I was doing to maintain my pre-baby weight, which was 209 pounds. I went back to doing that. And so naturally, I ended up losing maybe 20 pounds of the 50 pounds I had gained. So from there, the year is 2013. I'm 28 years old. And after losing those 20 pounds, my weight is now at 239 pounds. So this is after having my baby. My baby is a big toddler at this point. And now I'm like, okay, I'm carrying around these extra 30 pounds. I'm living the same lifestyle I was living before I got pregnant. I'm not doing anything special. I didn't start eating extra cheeseburgers, but yet I'm just carrying around an extra 30 pounds. So this is where I really start to buckle down on weight loss. This is where I created what's called a no-no list, to where it was pure restriction. I said no to cake, no to donuts, no to candy, no, 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 no. So that's literally why I called it a no-no list. It was just me restricting myself. I wasn't allowed to eat out. I wasn't allowed to eat certain things, certain foods. I was just restricting myself. And so when I did that, around 2014, maybe, I was around 29 years of age. My weight ended up coming down to about 196 pounds. So that's after restricting myself. I did that for maybe 4 months. I knew it wasn't sustainable, but I still did it. I wanted quick results. I was so happy. I reached, a milestone. I got under, 200 pounds. I was 196, right? Everything's good, right? So after being 196 pounds and reaching my goal in 2014, I ended up gaining all of my weight back. So started at 239 after my baby was born, got all the way down to 196. And then I ended up going all the way back up to about 235 pounds. The year's 2016. I was about 30 years old, and all my weight came back. Now, it didn't happen overnight. It just kind of gradually happened until I realized I'm back at the starting point where I was. I saw the scale going up here and there. So I would go from 196 to 199. And it's 3 pounds. So I wasn't concerned about that. And then 2 weeks later, I'm at 201. And then the scale kept creeping back up because I really wasn't focused on, doing what I did to lose the weight to begin with. And so before you know it, time goes by. 2016, my weight is back up at 235 pounds. All right. So then after that, the year's 2017, 31 years old. Was I 31, 32? About 31 years old. My weight was gradually going up. Now, I noticed myself getting back up to my pregnancy weight, to the weight I was when I had a baby inside of me. So it went from 235 to 238, and then from 238 to 241. Now, this is the biggest I've ever been without a baby being inside of me. And so now this is where fear comes into play, because I noticed my weight gradually going up. I was gaining all this weight. And I'm like, that scared me. Not the fact that I was 240 pounds, but the fact that I was gaining weight here and there, and it was gradual. And I kept seeing that scale go up and up and up and up and up. And so this is where, like, I've lost weight before, so I know how to lose weight. But this is where I said, you know what, I have to make some kind of permanent change. So the year is 2018. I am 33 years old. I go to a doctor. They tell me I have high cholesterol. They tell me my blood pressure is high. They're telling me I need to go on the diet and lose some weight. The doctor I was seeing at the time put me on a Mediterranean diet. And so in 2018, I figured I would start different approaches to weight loss. So we are going to fast forward to 2019. Now this is where everything has changed. In April 2019 is when I actually started counting calories. Now I didn't start counting calories just to count calories. Actually, I did. I started counting calories just to say that I counted calories, and I did that. But what counting calories did for me was taught me a whole lot about nutrition. It taught me about calorie density. It taught me how to read labels. It taught me everything. So when I started counting calories, that was the start of my successful weight loss journey. And if you want to know specifically more about my personal journey with weight loss, again, subscribe to this channel. I talk about it a lot. I talk about what I'm doing to maintain my weight and everything you can think of. So again, subscribe to my channel. Guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you for hanging out with me today. Good luck on your journeys, and I will see you in the next one.
Started from the mud, now you see us going up. Numbers never lie, now you see us blowing up. People used to front, now you see them showing up.